So to start things off, I'm going to talk about phase 5 of the RM marketing phases, which is building trust with referrers. So the aims of my talk are to provide you with the details of gaining confidence with referral sources, with repeatable steps that any practitioner can follow, which allows greater success for the team and also greater success for the owner. I also want to inspire delegates to implement the RM marketing phases into your business. So the slide on the board details the 6 RM marketing phases that should be used for optimal client and business success. These include use of the RM checklist with every client to create a loyal client, to have contacts observed such as partners, coaches, personal trainers, just anyone that can support that client in getting better, prompting for referrals from each and every client consistently, great follow-up communication to support the client with photos, video and appropriate information to follow through with, helping contacts with the mutual client and building their business, and also helping them to become better at what they do for all their clients. So how do we build trust with these external contacts, such as personal trainers, Pilates instructors, coaches, right from the start? Well, here's an easy one to start with. Find their best method of contact. You may have almost figured this out in the past by accident. Who else has emailed a personal trainer or a coach over and over and over without reply? Yet you text them and they'll text you back 5 seconds later. I have considered the possibility that some coaches or trainers are almost allergic to replying to emails. So you really just need to find out what is going to get the best reply out of that person. Is it email? Is it phone calls? Is it texting? Is it Facebook messages? It doesn't really matter what it is, because that communication with contacts can fall at the first hurdle if you don't know the best way of contacting them. Another simple one is just to engage the contact, and that is to define the purpose of our communication. So basically the purpose should be clear, and that is that I am here to help that client get their best result. So that happens through integration of physio techniques into their life. And to make it very clear, I'm an expert in solving conditions and prescribing low-level motor control to prevent conditions, but I am not an expert in your field. You are. So you are the best at PT, OHS, teaching, Pilates, whatever it might be. So I have a job, you have a job, and we can work together to make sure we get the best result for this client. Next on the list in terms of engaging the contact is to frame your communication so that you're involving the contact. And the way to frame this is that this is an opportunity to integrate what we're doing as opposed to this is what to do. And the main way of doing this is to ask a lot of questions. So don't just say, do this, do that, follow this, follow that. Give information and ask a question. Who's heard of that this weekend by any chance? Yusuf? I'm pretty sure you have. And my final tip of engaging contact is to ask the client to frame to the referrer why it's so important that we work well together. So you can basically put it in their words so that they will know how to educate that contact better as to why it's so important that we work together. So for instance, I'd like you to work well with Dan because with his problem solving and your knowledge of strength training, I'm sure we can lower my times, get better results and go to another level. Brad talked about leverage yesterday. This is how to leverage. So circle it, write it down, do whatever it takes, but this is the way to get leverage from your team. So this kind of trust and rapport gaining is repeatable for every single member of the whole team. So the slide shows an example of how easy it is for trust to be gained with multiple team members with any of these contacts. So first of all, senior physio shows the junior physios the details of what might be required to run in-services or to communicate with that particular contact. The junior then attends the meeting or in-service between the senior physio and the contact to learn and also for the contact to gain confidence in both physios and to put a name to a face. The following meeting, the junior runs the show. So basically the junior runs the in-service with the senior just assisting, then the power is shifted to the junior. So more trust is engaged in that junior member of the staff. Once the junior has confidence to run future meetings or in-services with the contact, then they take over with this contact, ready to gain more referrals and more trust from this particular contact. So wherever possible, we also always make sure we have more than one physio present with all these in-services and contacts so that they gain trust with multiple team members as opposed to just gaining trust with one team member. Another great way to build trust with these contacts is to ask for feedback from the referrer. So we can ask them all kinds of things, such as how appropriate the information is that we're sharing with them. What would they like more of, or less of for that matter? How much are they able to implement the things that we're teaching them into their sessions with their client and other clients for that matter? So how much are they able to build their business as a result of the help that we're giving them? And of course, we also want to find out what the clients are saying about their service with us and also with the personal trainer or the coach as well. There are many different topics that can be covered in these in-services and meetings. They can be practical, so there's many examples of these in RM paradigm and certification training. And these are scapular setting in-services, neutral spine. It can be marketing. So how many RM marketing phases can you get them to implement into their business to make their business more successful? It can be case studies for difficult client situations. So talking through some of the clients that you're working together with and how you can both do better for that client. And also just asking them, how else can I build your business? So how else can I make sure that you're successful from the time that you invest in coming to work with me? With these in-services or services, we always also make sure we're organised. So we prepare an email summary and also send through a post-summary email just so that we're on top of all the topics and both parties can be on the same page. So do you see what we're doing through these in-services? We're basically building these guys' businesses. So when it comes to the time when they think to themselves, am I going to keep working with Baruna Physio or am I going to keep working with your practice? It really should be a no-brainer. An example of success that we've had is a PT business in Brisbane. So I started meetings with this PT 12 months ago. Peter joined me for some of those sessions. After a while, Peter took over treating that PT for a live client session just to show that person what RM can do. Trust was built with that contact with Peter, but also Caitlin as well. And that success really showed to me by the fact that they started receiving direct referrals instead of that PT referring directly to me. And they continue to impress that particular contact by following through with the RM marketing phases that are all set out. So that basically led to about $5,000 of extra income generated by Peter and Caitlin without me having to do anything further. So this is leverage. So basically, results are maximised when the physio, client, referrer can trust one another. Referrers can learn a lot from us, and we can learn a lot from them as well. So it really is a win-win situation. It really is simple steps done well and consistently, which is a big theme of this weekend. And it is a numbers game as well. So don't be disheartened if you don't get the response that you were hoping for. It is only about maybe 10 to 20% of the time that you'll have success with a really good contact that follows through. But these successes make it very much worth your while. From what we've found, you really only need 5 to 6 good referrers or contacts to have to keep your list ticking over and keep yourself fully booked. So in summary, I provide you with the details of gaining confidence with referral sources with repeatable steps that any practitioner can follow so that the team, the owner and the owner can have greater success, and hopefully I've inspired you to implement the RM marketing phases into your business. Thank you very much.